Interesting you use the word paralysed there in relation to Partygate, because I suppose the whole nation at the moment waiting for Sue Gray to report. And I just want to ask you about the developing line in this story. The Met Police this morning asking that there is minimal reference in her report to events that it's investigating, which apparently relates to 8 Downing Street parties. Yeah. And I just wonder what your reaction to that is. If we're now going to have a longer hiatus waiting for the Met Police report into what actually went on during lockdown, is the government going to be able to continue to function?
Well, the government is completely paralysed at the moment because all efforts are being put in by the Cabinet and by the Prime Minister's friends to try and save his job. Backbenchers on the government benches are doing everything they possibly can to try and get the Prime Minister out of his job. Everyone was waiting on the Sue Gray report. And what the Metropolitan Police has done today has shown that in terms of the Sue Gray report, there is some kind of alleged criminality in there in terms of breaking the rules, and they're asking for minimal reference to that. And that's a very, very serious issue. It calls into question the Prime Minister in terms of the ministerial code and lying to Parliament. And the very fact the Metropolitan Police are talking about 8 parties. The Prime Minister said there were no parties, then he said he didn't attend parties, then he said he didn't think they were parties but work events, and now we're up to the latest excuse of the Prime Minister being ambushed by his own birthday cake. It's become farcical, and it would be like a funny play if it wasn't so serious for the country. But we do need to see the Sue Gray report. We want it published in full. We want it warts and all, so we can see exactly what's been happening in Downing Street by the Prime Minister. We want to know, and we want to confirm that it's one rule for the Prime Minister and one rule for the rest of the country. And I think the country's made their mind up on this, Prime Minister, and the only way to get out of this paralysis is for the Prime Minister to do the decent thing.
Okay.
Ian Murray, really good talking to you. Ian Murray's the Shadow Secretary of State for Scotland. Thank you very much indeed for your time. This is all ahead of a visit to Scotland by Sir Keir Starmer.